Now, do you have childhood memories of being scolded for being silly? Do you spend your time banishing your inner fool? Well, according to the man sitting next to me, you might be missing a trick, because Jonathan Kay has made a career out of playing the fool. There he is, doing it now, drawing on the tradition of the old court jester. Now, he says embracing our less sensible side could help us all to become more connected. Well, he'll tell us why in just a moment. First, though, we sent Jonathan and his hat into a rainy central London to test that theory.
You're probably wondering quite why I'm here, but being a fool, you see, I just appear, bang, like that, and then I'll be gone, and you'll probably wonder, who was that? What time is it? I wonder what part of the world you're in, and you know, all these tendrils are going out all over the world to come and see you. Very pleased to see you. Very pleased. Hello.
We'll have to sort out these people.
Yeah, we will do. We'll have to sort it out. Lots of different things. We'll have to sort out all these people, you know. There's tourists, there's people working, is it lunchtime? It's nearly lunchtime. People in the underground, people under umbrellas. And there's only one basic problem in here, is that we're all disconnected. You know, I mean, they're all having a wonderful life. They're under umbrellas and they're here. Hello, how are you? All right? Yeah, you okay? Yeah, and the hardest thing really is how to connect. The only way they can connect is by phone and by hello. There's more people connected with somebody in the other street than they are connected with the people that they're walking around with. It's very hard. See, I mean, people find it hard to say hello because I've got a strange hat on with a point on it, you know. And, you know, hello, how are you? Very well? Yeah. Send a postcard. Drop me a line. Say hello. Let's make a world which is connected. I'm a fool, so there's a little point to that. Bye.
Well, Jonathan is here with me. So, Jonathan, you ended there. The point. Did. What is the point?
The point, well, you have to create a point. You know, with the news, you have to create an advantage or a vantage point where people can come together and see something very clearly. I mean, I seem to be in amongst people dying on ferries and, you know, places in great rebellion, and those are points. And this very small point is me. It's very, very small, but I feel that in ourselves we need to create that, otherwise we'll be created.
You kept talking about connecting, and I'll come to that in a moment, but I mean, you've also said we grow up being restrained. What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a feeling that the restraint is because, well, it sounds like it's not very good to grow up restrained, but we have to grow up in part of society, and in our outer world, you know, we are restrained by our language, by where we are, you know, where we're brought up. But inside, we have an inner world, and the inner world isn't restrained, but it is restrained as it tries to come out. So the fool is actually from the inner world. And
well, tell me more then. I mean, how does humour and all that sort of joking around, playing the fool, how does that extract all of what you're just describing?
It doesn't extract it all, but what it does do is, you know, there's a lot of tension out here, you know, in the world, a lot of tension. And then you have your own feelings, and as they come towards wanting to, you know, make a joke or have a good time, they get sort of, well, do you think...
So it closes in.
Yeah, do you think it's the right place to tell the joke? Do you think it's the right... I mean...
But it's interesting watching that film. Yeah. So few members of the public actually wanted to connect with you and engage with you.
No, it's right. Yeah, well, partly because it's raining, and really what I need to do is to spend some time with some people who aren't in the street.
Which is what you do in your workshop. Yeah. So tell me, what is it that you do in the workshop? What are you saying to people? What are you actually encouraging them to do? Well, and how do people respond to you?
Well, I think in a very kind of way they respond. But I think what we've got to realise is that in us we have something bright and shiny that wants to be in the world and exist in the world. And the workshop says, well, let's have a look at that and let's bring that out.
And you've done this, I mean, all around the world.
Yeah.
Do people respond to you in similar ways wherever you're doing this?
I think emotions are the same all over the world. You know, maybe the language is different, but everybody cries, everyone laughs, you know. And in our inner world, we have the same universality in ourselves. And in that sense, it's timeless. And in our world in itself, there's time in the outer world and timelessness in the inner world.
So what, just as a final thought, what are you trying to actually achieve? So you have these workshops, you're encouraging people to do this, sort of connect with themselves internally. Where does that actually get them to if they manage it?
Well, getting and giving is very different. When you get something, in the end you forget. And when you give, you learn to forgive. In those two things, you have a pleasant and more just society.
Well, Jonathan, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us, and thanks for making that film for us a little earlier. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.